Why do 92% of New Year's resolutions fail? Why do you keep promising yourself to exercise more, eat healthier, meditate daily, but after 2 weeks, you're back to square one? Or here's another question. Why do some people build life-changing habits in just 20 seconds, while others struggle for years? Is it motivation? Willpower? Time management? No. The truth is, it's none of those things. It's about starting tiny. So small, it feels almost silly. And that's exactly why it works. Welcome to Book Key Insights Hub, the place where we take the world's most popular books and bring psychology support to make them work in your life. Today, we're diving into BJ Fogg's game-changing book, Tiny Habits. Whether you're a parent trying to build better routines for your family, a student struggling to study consistently, a professional who wants to be more productive, or someone who's tried and failed at building habits before, this video will reveal the exact 5-step method that's helped millions of people build habits in just 20 seconds. So you can stop relying on motivation and start designing habits that actually stick. Grab a notebook, if you like, settle in, and let's uncover the behavior science behind habits that work. Before we dive into the lessons, let's talk about who BJ Fogg is and why this research matters. BJ Fogg is a Stanford behavior scientist who spent 11 years studying why people do what they do. He worked in Silicon Valley, studying persuasion and technology. And he discovered something shocking. Motivation is unreliable. Willpower is overrated. And the key to lasting change isn't big goals, it's tiny actions. Tiny habits is the result of that research. Fogg tested his method on thousands of people, from corporate executives to stay-at-home parents, from athletes to students. And the results were consistent. When you start tiny, you succeed. His Fogg behavior model has been cited over 100,000 times. It's taught in business schools, used by Fortune 500 companies. And now, it's going to change your life. This is behavior design. And today, you're going to master it. Let's start with the foundation. Lesson 1. Behavior happens when 3 things come together at the same moment. BJ Fogg calls this the Fogg behavior model, B equals MAP. Behavior equals motivation plus ability plus prompt. For any behavior to happen, you need all 3. Motivation, you want to do it. Ability, you can do it. Prompt, you're reminded to do it. Missing any one, the behavior doesn't happen. Here's the problem. Most people rely on motivation. They say, I'll start exercising when I'm more motivated. I'll eat healthier when I feel like it. But motivation is unreliable. Some days, you're pumped. Other days, you're exhausted. And when motivation drops, so does your habit. Fogg's solution? Focus on ability instead. Make the behavior so easy. You can do it even when motivation is 0. For example, want to exercise more? Don't start with 30 minutes. Start with 2 push-ups. Want to meditate daily? Don't start with 20 minutes. Start with 1 breath. Want to floss? Don't start with all teeth. Start with 1 tooth. That's the power of tiny. So easy, you can't say no. And that's where habits stick. Lesson 2 is the secret to consistency, anchor moments. An anchor moment is an existing habit you already do automatically, that you attach your new tiny habit to. Fogg calls this habit stacking. You're not trying to build a new routine from scratch. You're piggybacking on something you already do. Here's the formula. After current habit, I will new tiny habit. For example, after I pour my coffee, I will take 1 deep breath. After I sit down at my desk, I will write 1 sentence. After I brush my teeth, I will floss 1 tooth. After I walk through the door, I will say 1 thing I'm grateful for. Why does this work? Your existing habit is already automatic. It's already wired into your brain. So when you attach a new habit to it, you borrow that automaticity. Real-life example. A woman wanted to exercise more. She anchored it to her morning coffee. After I pour my coffee, I will do 2 squats. First week, she did 2 squats. Second week, she did 5 squats. Month 3, she's doing 20 minutes daily. The tiny habit grew naturally. That's the power of anchor moments. Find your anchors. Attach tiny habits. And watch them grow. Lesson 3 is the dopamine hack that changes everything. Celebration. BJ Fogg discovered something surprising. The reason habits stick isn't just repetition. It's how you feel after you do them. When you celebrate immediately after a tiny habit, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good chemical, and it creates a positive association with the behavior. Here's the key. Celebration must be immediate, within seconds of completing the habit. And it must be physical, not just mental. For example, after you do 2 push-ups, say, "I did it," and pump your fist. After you write 1 sentence, say, "I'm making progress," and smile. After you floss 1 tooth, say, "I'm getting healthier," and give yourself a thumbs up. Fogg tested this with thousands of people. Those who celebrated, 70% built the habit in 30 days. Those who didn't celebrate, only 15% built the habit. 70% versus 15%. That's the power of celebration. Here's the truth. Most people feel guilty when they don't do enough. I only did 2 push-ups. That's nothing. But celebration flips that script. I did 2 push-ups. I'm building the habit. Your brain doesn't care about the size of the action. It cares about the emotion. So celebrate small wins. Celebrate daily. And watch your habits compound. Lesson 4 gives you the practical steps. Exactly how to build your own tiny habit. Step 1. Pick a specific behavior. Not vague. Specific. Instead of exercise more, say do 2 push-ups. Instead of eat healthier, say eat 1 apple. Instead of study more, say read 1 page. Step 2. Make it tiny. So small, it feels almost silly. 2 push-ups. 1 breath. 1 sentence. 1 tooth flossed. If it doesn't feel too easy, make it smaller. Step 3. Find your anchor moment. What do you already do automatically? Morning coffee. Brushing teeth. Sitting at desk. Walking through the door. After, anchor. I will tiny habit. Step 4. Celebrate immediately. Say I did it and smile. Pump your fist. Give yourself a thumbs up. Do it within seconds. Make your brain feel good. Step 5. Repeat and let it grow. Don't try to scale up. Just repeat the tiny version. Over time, it will naturally grow. 2 push-ups becomes 5. 1 breath becomes 5. 1 sentence becomes a paragraph. Real example. A man wanted to meditate daily. Step 1. Specific behavior equals meditate. Step 2. Tiny equals 1 breath. Step 3. Anchor equals after I pour coffee. Step 4. Celebrate equals say I'm calmer and smile. Step 5. Repeat. Month 1, 1 breath. Month 3, 5 minutes. Month 6, 20 minutes daily. That's the power of tiny. Start small. Stay consistent. Let it grow. Now, how do you apply these lessons in your life? Here are specific, actionable tiny habits for each area. For parents, after I tuck my child in, I will say one thing I love about them. After I make dinner, I will take 1 deep breath. Anchor to existing routines, celebrate the connection. For students, after I sit at my desk, I will write 1 sentence of my essay. After I open my textbook, I will read 1 page. Tiny starts combat procrastination. For professionals, after I open my laptop, I will write 1 email. After I enter a meeting, I will take 1 note. After I finish work, I will say 1 win from the day. Build productivity without burnout. For fitness, after I put on my shoes, I will do 2 squats. After I wake up, I will do 1 push-up. After I finish a workout, I will say, I'm getting stronger. Tiny habits compound into transformation. For mental health, after I brush my teeth, I will name 1 thing I'm grateful for. After I sit down, I will take 1 deep breath. After I go to bed, I will say 1 good thing that happened. Build resilience, 1 tiny habit at a time. Remember from mindset, you have a growth mindset. You believe you can change. Tiny habits is the action that makes it work. Start tiny. Stay consistent. Let it grow. Your life will transform. Tiny habits teaches us that lasting change doesn't come from big goals. It comes from tiny actions. BJ Fogg's research proves it. Motivation is unreliable. But tiny habits? They work even when motivation is 0. Here's what you need to remember. Use the Fogg behavior model, B equals map. Find your anchor moments. Celebrate immediately. Start so small, it feels silly. And let your habits grow naturally. Start today. Pick 1 tiny habit. Find your anchor. Celebrate the win. and watch how your life transforms, one tiny choice at a time. If you found this valuable, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and explore more popular books explained with psychology, science, and actionable tips. Your journey to lasting change starts now. With tiny habits,